And whoever was in charge of the script writing for this, I think they did a good job in basically giving these characters a sort of relatable feel. That's why I like this. I was even watching this with my sister just to confirm, and it really felt like we were like I was hearing actual people talking. Because most anime, you know, when they speak, they have this level of exaggeration. This show does have a level of exaggeration, but not so much to the degree where they would have the usual like anime protagonist talk that where they shout and all that. Uh, they feel much closer to down to earth in the way they speak. Uh, their motivation still is pretty reasonable to the series. I really enjoyed the cast here. I think everyone like in this go well. Although I will say maybe just two characters I wish would have more interaction, but maybe they have. I didn't notice that much, but that's just my opinion. Uh, and I also enjoyed how because how the animation is just like the last installment, really fun to watch. And if you don't know, the reason why is this show is animated by Studio Trigger. If you don't know what Studio Trigger is, they're the same dudes who made Kill la Kill. They've also made what else? uh, BNA, the brand new animal. They've also made uh, Panty and Stockin. This is to name a few. And if you love the animation in those series, I think you'd love this. Although I will say that because it's technically a anime toku series, you know when there's those transformation scenes for every like Power Ranger or Ultraman moments, yeah, they do have that. So they tend to reuse scenes. That's unavoidable. However, they make up for it by animating like finishing moves. So I tell you, don't worry about that. While this happened, these people, their love for animating things still shows. So it doesn't. There's no takeaway there. Uh, there's also, and I also like how they're like. I guess this is kind of spoily if I say this, but not really. I'll try not to be spoily. I'll just say that the way this show connects with the previous show, or at least I think it might. I'm not really sure. I also enjoyed because although this show is, I'll say this. This show, like I say, you don't have to watch the previous one. It really so far works on its own. But when it does try to be the connection point to the previous installment, which is Gridman, I think it does a good job in that. Uh, it really by heart feels like a Gridman series while it's trying to be its own thing. And I'd say go watch it. I mean, again, I guess if there is a downside, I know for some of you out there might be, you know, again, the transformation repetitiveness is also monster of the week. So if you want like long lasting character arcs, uh maybe it's not for you, but I'd say just give it a shot. All right, just give it a shot. If you can go past that, I promise you it's really interesting. It's really good. uh so yeah, that's SSS Dinazanon from me. Is there any other positive I say? Is there any other negative I could say? I don't know how to say anything negative about this one. I really enjoy it, so maybe I'm biased. But if I really want to try my best, I'd say I would say it's probably the dub. Like I say, I'll I'll admit something. Although prefer watching this in dub, and I think the voice casts were all great. I think they were perfectly cast. I think uh, the dialogues were natural. If there is a problem, maybe the dub could have been a little louder, because, and I think this is a, but I'm not. I don't mind this because it's really I'm really used to it by now. For most animes, like Full Metal Alchemist, for example, although they have solid casting, they too suffer from audio editing, which is their voiceovers are usually lower than volume than their background, and I think this kind of suffers the same fate. Uh, but it's not as bad as Full Metal Alchemist in terms of that. But it does sort of suffer from it, and I really had hoped that they avoid making this problem. This is always a problem of a lot of dubbing studios, is that they forget that we want to hear characters dialogue. As fun as the music are, I'll tell you, the music is also pretty cool. But it would be because these guys, I'll tell you this, they're not an over exaggerate anime characters. So they need to be a little louder than most other anime characters in different shows. So I wish that they had increased the audio for these guys. These guys really do need an increased voiceover audio. But other than that, I guess everything else is right. I have not no problem with Dynazenon whatsoever. Uh, but I will say this: if there is a reason why I don't like this, I'd say it's because it's a niche series. So you either love it or you hate it, and I really love this. But even if you do love it or hate it, there's nothing bad about it. So how would I put SSS Dynazenon? Dynazenon, I'd give it a solid 8. I want to give it higher, but the reason why I don't want to give it higher is because although I say a lot positive about this show, the reason why it's not as high as I want it to be is because my I guess now I do see a problem. It has one problem, I guess, and that is although it does try to be its own thing, uh maybe the reason why there's that I think this way is Dynazenon is one of those type of anime where you have to be kind of laid back, I guess. They don't play too much around with like their how do I say music soundtracks, I guess. 'Cause a lot of animes does that. This show focuses on mainly dialogues. So if you're not into the but I love breeding scene. Like if you're not into breeding scene, I guess that could turn you down. And I love breeding scene. I guess my only problem with the breeding scenes here is that it can sometimes make it feel slightly lifeless. Like it's okay to have breeding scenes, but at the same time, I feel Dynasnon doesn't have enough music. But that's probably just me. Maybe if it had a bit more music moments, it would be nice. But I don't mind it. It doesn't take away how good it is. So yeah, that was my review on this show. And I also didn't want to get too high because I think there's an anime in this list that I have that deserves a higher rating. And that anime is oh man, can I get a bigger image, please? Just give me a bigger image. Oh man, give me a clear image. Oh my god, can I not get a clear image? One moment, I'm trying to get the clearest image I can for this show. But apparently I'm not getting it. Nothing is being nice to me at the moment. Oh my god, just be nice. uh, please, please, please. Oh my god. Is it so hard to just give Oh. Oh, this one will do. I think this one works. Okay. The next show on this list is Vinland Saga. This one is my most favorite out of the three. Uh, My most favorite out of three that I recently watched. I'd say I recommend anyone to watch this. Uh, so if you don't know what Vinland Saga is, let me explain. This is basically a Viking anime, and if those of you who know me in my Discord server, who's talked to me a lot, uh, you know that I'm sort of, how do I say, fascinated by Viking culture. I literally make an entire like DN like a D&D how do I say, region, a continent based off of Viking lore. So I really enjoyed this. So I guess this is also in a way my personal bias show. but uh but outside of that, even if I'm not biased about this, uh it's really cool. So basically, it's basically about a story of this kid who who uh, is put into a basically uh, situation where his father, oh man, you know what, it's probably obvious his father is gonna die. You're gonna see that, but yeah, his father dies, and because of that, killed by by I'm not gonna say who, but I'll just say this kid's dad died. So in order to get revenge, he decides to follow the man, work together with the man that killed his father, because uh, hopefully one day he would be able to kill this man. Uh, and yeah, that's really it. Really, that's the best way to describe this show without spoiling too much. Cause the first, cause you wouldn't get, I'll say you wouldn't get the main synopsis until a few episodes. So I don't want to say too much about this. It's really one of those shows you have to watch to get why it's good. To get no to get the understanding of what's about. But I'll say positive wise, this show is, I think it really does good job capturing the essence of what of the dread of real combat would be like. I don't know. The way I see it, I mean, it's not like that realistic. Like they are like sort of characters that does feats that wouldn't normally make sense in real life, but otherwise, for the most part, it's not really like a high fantasy show. It actually is a little bit more grounded to reality than compared to most other anime that I've seen. And despite that, they were able to, despite without even though it's not like a magic centered story, it they did a good job on giving this series a how do I say, a level of very very cool dynamic. And and you know what, I'm gonna praise the animation for this too, uh because what they do basically, they combine with the art style that leans to more, how do I say, in like you can tell by the art that there's a lot of depth to these characters, their shape and all that, and combined with the animation that is, it makes the combat feel so how do I say, kind of real in a way, because 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 usually in anime, when you watch it, you don't really feel so, I usually don't feel that immersed, because when you watch an anime, this, no matter what weapon, all that doesn't matter, because in the end it's really the superpower. Here, when I watch this, even the smallest things I feel like really matters in this show. Like what I like about this was, especially during a fight where these two characters was fighting against each other with a sword, and how the other character won that battle was literally taking advantage of the durability of his enemy's sword, and it was really well done. It really was intense in a different, in a, how do I say it, more logical level, I'd say. Uh, they're also like they're also and like I say, even distance pretty much matters in this series. They don't go superhuman. So because of that, it was the tension was always there every time. And then the plot, I'd say the writing in this, I'll say this, at times you can't escape from the fact that this is still anime. So there are moments that are a little you know can't be helped. But beside those facts, this show doesn't actually try to heavily lean too much on the the quirky side of anime. It really is like, I don't want to say like this because I don't think it's accurate. But if you've like read Berserk, you know the level of seriousness Berserk has, right? So this sort of wants to lean towards that than it does toward just your basic anime. I'm not shitting on Berserk. No. What the re I'm not shitting on Berserk. I'm saying that that no, I'm praising Berserk actually. It's because the show wants to be like that, wants to be more realistic, gritty. But the reason why I'm afraid to say this because Berserk is far better than this. Don't get me wrong, but but that's why I like Vinland Saga. It really has a standard of its own, and I think it's really cool that it does that. Uh, Beside that, mm, I also think that just like I will say this though, I also want to praise it for how it uses 3D animation for at least the first couple of episodes, because there was a moment in this series, just like if you watch Demon Slayer, uh, there's a moment in this series where there's a epic battle where the characters, at first you think you're looking at 3D models, but then they zoom in, the character is somehow 2D, but it really clearly looked 3D, and then we zoom out, they're back to 3D looking, but in a smooth way. Like so whenever I look at this scene, I don't even know which is which anymore. They have really good. They're also good at playing around with their animation style too. They're really pros in their art here. Uh, and it's really great. So, oh yeah, let's talk about like casting choices. So casting choices, I also watched this in dub. Uh, so sorry again for those of you who are subbers. Dub here is all right, but I'll be honest. I'll say this: it's all right, but I'm a little disappointed. I no, I'm more disappointed in the dub. I think out of the three anime that out of the all three of these animes that I'm reviewing, this has the worst dub, but it's not bad. The actors try their best. The reason why it's the worst of the three is because you think about it. They are trying to do a Viking series, and so what do you think of a Viking series? Uh, you think of the Viking era. What would you like expect? Main, well, actually, I don't. I think you'd expect just mainly Viking. I'll say this: this show, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that it take place during the end of the Viking era. So so there are definitely a lot of moments where the characters gets to meet English people, Danes, Anglo Saxons, and all that. What I'm disappointed in this show is that they don't play around with accents, and and why I'm and normally I don't mind. I don't really mind too much about this in anime, but this personally bothers me because there are moments when characters like say, "Oh, your accent sounds like you're not from this country." But their accent don't sound any different from this person's accents. It's like it's always annoying when they say that, when they don't sound any different from their usual accent. So that's kind of the downside of Vinland Saga in terms of dubbing. My god, is it kind of cringy when they have to mention accents when they don't even try their best to change it. What? It's really sad. Maybe their accent's a little different, be- because they're all like an American studio probably, but they sure don't sound different to me. They really don't. There's no single signs of British. There's no single signs of Welsh. There's the only accent is American in this series. My God. Uh, and also make and it's fun. And there were moments where I laughed because there was a moment where a character says something and the other character don't understand. So and that makes me assume they're speaking different language. But the funny thing is that the dub doesn't try to make it obvious that they're speaking different language. So it sounds like the other person's an idiot because he's not understanding the obvious. I'm like, dude, you don't have to dub everything, okay? Why can't you understand this? So it kind of breaks immersion sometimes because of that. That's why I say the dubbing here, I wouldn't blame you if I prefer watching the sub if the sub doesn't make this mistake. But I feel like this is the only mistake of the dub that they don't they're I don't know. Why can't they use accents? It's not that hard. If you have it's not that hard, really. I mean, you're voice actors, right? You should that's something you should be good at. Jeez. But yeah, that's basically I guess my only complaint of this. Oh, I guess my second complaint is I didn't like the second opening. But I'll be honest, if I watch any anime, I almost always don't like the second opening of any show. I always think that a new opening ruins the mood that introduced me to the series. Example of this is uh My Hero Academia. Well, to be honest, the second opening I was okay with that, but My Heroes. But by the time we get to the third opening, I was disappointed. Same goes with like One Piece. One Piece, I was in love with their very first opening, but by the time they changed it, I was like, I always skip the openings after that, and I feel like this is the problem with most, but it's actually mostly any anime's problem. They keep changing opening, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm just saying the second opening for this show personally doesn't sound as cool as the first one. And I don't want to downplay the artist. I think it's a good song. I'm just not the kind of guy who likes changes. Probably my personal, that's just my hot take. So yeah, uh, that was Vinland Saga's review from me. So how would I give this? Well, for me, I'd give this a I'd give this a 8.5. I want to give it a 9, but I don't think it deserves a 9 mainly because uh because of those few mistakes that they give. If they had I guess mainly the dub. If the dub hadn't go with that option, I probably would be more forgiving and straight up give it a 9. That's all they need to do. All they need to do was try to be accurate what they're dubbing, and then maybe I will give them a 9. But it's a good story though, and I say everyone should watch this. Like everyone should. It's really good. So yeah, that was my anime review. So yeah, hopefully that was a good review and all that. I mean, if it's not, that's fine. I can. Everyone has different tastes. So now that we're done with that, now I can finally do Deltarune, if you guys don't mind. Oh, okay. So first, let me go and cover up the screen real quick. I've been waiting for this game, and I hope I can play it. Okay. Okay. Oh, close, close. Open this. Please work, please work. I have been waiting for this game for a long, long time. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, 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 boy. Oh, my pack. Okay, extracting package. Okay, we getting it? Okay. I have waited for. When did chapter 1 of Deltarune open? I actually already forgot. Oh, finally. Oh man, can't full screen. Okay, one moment, everyone. I hope it's not loud. If it's loud, you guys can let me know right away. Try. I'll try to decrease a little bit so it doesn't overpower the. How do I say my voice? Okay then. Ah man, yeah, this is a small screen, so we're gonna have to play it like this, unfortunately. Oh wait, or maybe I could. It is a game, right? So maybe I could try to open up. How do I say? Windows capture. Let me see if I can do that. Oh, okay. We're getting somewhere. But why is it only showing small screen? No. There you go. Okay. Right. I hope this looks alright. If it doesn't, you just let me know. Okay. Okay. It's been a long time, Deltarune. Whoo boy. So, because this is my first playthrough, I'm gonna just do this. How do I say? This is my first Twitch playthrough. I'm gonna start with chapter 1, and so we both can have this same experience together. Okay, this wasn't what I expected. There you go. Are you there? Are we connected? Oh, forgot to change stream moment. No. Where's the Deltarune tag? Okay, I've already changed the tag to Deltarune. Okay, let's do this. So, let's first. I wonder if they added any hair. They had? Nah, they didn't add any hair. That'd be funny. Okay. I'll say this. Since I played this game, these don't really matter. Mhm. Excellent. You have created a wonderful form. Now, let us shape its mind as your own. What is its favorite food? Your favorite blood type? What color does it like most? Please give it a gift. How do you feel about your creation? It will not hear. Have you answered honestly? You acknowledge the possibility of pain and seizure. Understood. Name your vessel. What do we want to name this, huh? Hmm. Really doesn't matter. But, you know what? Let's go with Joe. We called it Joe. And what about the creator? Yeah, I forgot about this. There's no number. Just realized. Tensei. Excellent. Truly excellent. Tensei. Thank you for your time, your answers, your wonderful creation will now be discarded. No one can choose who they are in this world. Your name is Chris. Chris, if you do not wake up, we will be late for school. I will wait outside for you, alright? Uh, I miss you, God, mommy. Your bed, clothes drawer. It's a beautiful day outside. Flowers are blooming. Fuck you, Sans. The drawer is mostly empty except for a school cross-country shirt with a tear in it. There are CDs under the bed. Classical, jazz, religious, ska. There's also a game console. It has one normal controller and one knockoff one. It's a computer desk. There are many boxes under it filled with old books. It's a red wagon with a rusty birdcage in it. Looks like it's seen quite a few crashes. Yeesh, I just realized. It's stained. Why the fuck do we have this? I just realized how dark that part was. Okay, been a while. There are many books. Tales of Snails, a storybook. Snails do not have tails, a scientific refutation. Can snails help your garden? Um, Not really. And a signed copy of The History of Humans and Monsters by Gerson Boom. Ah, yes. A cactus. There's not much to say about it. Okay. There are crayons in the drawer. Their labels have long faded and there's no green. Man, I like this game for that reflection. It's only you. Glad we got reflections here. The door's locked. Of course it is. Can I run? It's been a while. You looked inside the sink cupboard. There's a can of Ice Ease Cool Boys body spray. Spray for the boys. Flamin' hot pizza flavor. It seems to be almost entirely full. It's a toilet. Flush it. You flush the toilet. That's why I like this game. One moment. There you go. Chris, is everything alright in there? Chris, what are you doing? You did not put a bad bomb in the toilet again, did you? Chris, if anything bad happens, you are paying for the plumbing bill. Okay, I think that was all. On the small ledge, there's a small container of apple scented shampoo and a gallon sized container of pet shampoo. Oh, I can't close. Oh, I can't flip the window? Okay, that's fine. There's a photo on the fridge. It's of you, your mother, and your brother. There's some white fur stuck in the drain. There's some cinnamony batter cake on the stovetop. Cookie cutters for gingerbread monsters and gingerbread humans. Wait, there's something for this too. Oh, of course. It's a trash can. Somehow, it's floral scent. Forgot Toby Fox never forgets his detail. It's a landline phone, but you already have a cell phone. It's a Cheerio, the beloved living room chair. It's the TV. Doesn't seem to be even plugged in anymore. Oh. Oh! Oh, no, this is interesting. If you play a Toby Fox game and you can't interact with something, you know there's something weird about this. It's a book of hymns. Interesting. Okay. Chris, there you are. We might still be able to make it. Chris, it is a beautiful day today, is it